Are you optimistic about the NHS reform regarding the changes in the reimbursement system? How long's a piece of string?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
Is there any-
either optimistic or pessimistic. I mean, I suppose probably I'm pessimistic because we're talking about some quite fundamental changes in terms of value-based pricing, and there is still a huge amount of uncertainty about so many of the issues. And from my perspective, there's what seems to be a strange reluctance to learn from experience elsewhere, because nothing they're proposing is fundamentally new. If you can look to Sweden in terms of evaluating the societal benefits of new medicines, not just the benefits to the health service. You could look to France in terms of how they assess innovation. There are models for all of this in various countries in Europe and more widely around the world, and yet they seem almost determined to ignore those and invent their own system without reference to what we could learn about what works and what doesn't from other countries.
Indeed, I remember last night Dr. Francis Pang pointing out they're doing the Agnes study, which is to look at 12 different elements in terms of reimbursement as a pilot at the moment, so I'm keen to see how that will turn out. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you know about that at all? Or?
Yes, I do, and I would be much more optimistic about the Agnes system. And my assumption at the moment is that that will continue to exist alongside value-based pricing. So for orphan drugs, there'll be a separate process. And I hope that's the case, because I think what they're developing at Agnes is a much more flexible, a much more realistic system. And I think we could learn from that for value-based pricing. But sadly, I'm not sure anybody wants to.